Hey guys, welcome back. Let's start with working on these guys. Okay, so and whenever because we've set these up, anytime we use rem anywhere, it will work. Okay. All right. So I'll put this. Yeah. So you'll see that I'll dock to the bottom. Hopefully this is enough space. All right, so we are going to start editing this guy. Okay. And oh, do you see that curve there? We're gonna have to take out that little curve border radius. Might as well do it while we're here. So these are things that you see on the breakdance builder. So for the fields, it has border radius. Now I didn't know that it had a default number. Okay, let's have a look. What's the default number? The input. You'll see border radius. There you go, that's the border radius, and you can see when I hover over that variable, this is a var with a parentheses, that's a CSS variable, and you can see once I hover, it goes through, it finds the origin of it, and it shows me that it's 3 pixels, so it has the 3 pixel by default. So let's make it 0. Yep, should be good. Once that's done, we can refresh this and it should show 0. Yeah, cool. All right, let's see if we can actually take out some of the padding there. Yeah, here we go. All right, we're gonna use rem, apply all. Everything has rem now, and we don't need to apply the same number everywhere. What we're gonna do is add a little bit on top and bottom and take out the stuff on the sides. So that will give us, let's say, 0.5 rem, so 10 pixels top and bottom. The text inside is 0.9, so about half of that is okay. So let's go with 0.5, and very little on each side. Okay, so 0.5. See, I hate this about breakdance. It's very bad with decimal inputs. I really don't like that. It seems like it's made for pixel inputs, but I don't like pixel inputs because I base everything, even the sizing of things, off of a responsive system. So the first period, the first dot that you're typing into those fields, it doesn't pick that up or ignores it. All right, so see? There we go. I have to do it twice. See, it doesn't pick it up. Do it twice. Yep. All right. This is annoying, but at least that's how that works. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, frankly, I prefer doing all this in the CSS file because we can target all the breakdance fields at once, and that means everything across the board will be consistent. Okay, and that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, we'll do the rest in the in CSS. Okay, all right. Nope, not here. Where is that front end? Okay, here it is. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Okay, this is where we're at right now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide this guy. All right, so in my folder, this whole thing is a big folder structure, and we're gonna go to contact, which is where I style the forms, and let's see, everything in this builder is written with breakdance in front. All right, everything is nested under breakdance. So you can see here breakdance, right? So everything is done like that. So might as well start with breakdance. Okay. Now in SASS, one very, very huge important distinction between SASS and CSS is that, all right, let me make this CSS. All right, so if you do something like this, and this is pretty much the most important thing that you'll need here, and then you'll see like the other features that I use from SASS, and you'll sort of get it. So when we're writing something like breakdance, and then when you're writing CSS, you know that there's a space. If you have a space like here, space means a child element, and if there's no space, that means same level. So here we are going to go to BDE form builder, breakdance element form builder. So if you're going to write something like this, BDE form builder, right? And then you write something here. Yep, you see that? Yep. So we have BDE form builder here, which is a child element of breakdance. All right. We can technically go, if we want to add something better, I mean something that will override the default, then we could use something like section or form in between there, something like that should work. But yeah, we'll keep going. Okay. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to target the label, so that's breakdance form field label, right? There we go. Yeah, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open Untitled. All right, there we go, and show you how that works. All right, now once I show you how that works, then we can do it in SASS, and we can get this introduction, like the crash course to SASS, out of the way, and I can keep going, and I'll just explain little bits and pieces as I go on. Okay. Now, like I said, you don't have to use SASS. You can use CSS directly. It's fine, but I prefer to use SASS because I've been using it for so long, and it is way more powerful and a lot more efficient in writing code than directly in CSS. So let's enqueue this back. All right. Okay, so now we have label, right? So let's see if our code is loading. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that is unmistakable. All right. So maybe something like outline red 1 pixel 2 pixel solid. All right. Let's see if that works. There we go. It does work. Okay. Okay, so now we know that that works. Now we know that hello works. I am going to actually get the compiled SASS file, which is in a separate folder. Where was it? Where did I put it? Minified, Sassy minified. There we go. Yep. Copy Dropbox link. Yep. All right. I'm gonna leave both of them intact for now. Okay, because I think we might come back, and I might need to explain some stuff here and there. All right. So I'll do that again. User content. Now we can't use the same number. We have to use something else. I'll do that. Okay. Cool. Come on. All right, there we go. Saved. All right, so I'll leave that as is, and we don't need this. All right, but I'll leave this right here for now, and I'll show you how I write this exact same thing over here in breakdance. Okay, in SASS. Now, remember how I was talking about the space there? All right, so you see here we have curly brackets. And if there's a child selector inside those curly brackets, like this, where's the R? Okay, yeah, like that, it actually comes out like this with a space in between. Okay, so if I write display none, then this is essentially the same thing as that. Okay, it will compile. All right, but we need this, so we're going to add that in there as well. So we're not going to display none. We're going to add that in there, and I think it's a good idea to put comments. Now, 2 of these slashes will give you a commenting out thing and will not compile. That is ignored when compiling. But if you go in deep, it's a good idea to leave notes so you know what's going on. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We're not doing outlines. We're not doing any of that. Get that out of the way. And we are actually working on, okay, we are working on getting that label to be hidden, right? Okay. So we're targeting the label. There we are. We don't need that outline. That's from Untitled. We took that out. We didn't reload this, so I'm just doing that. All right, so an easy way to hide text is to give it a position absolute, and you can't see it. All right. Well, you can, but so there's a position relative anywhere, and then you give it position absolute. It will not affect the document. Okay. It pulls itself out of the document flow when it's position absolute. So what you can do is give it a crazy number, take it off the screen, give it a position absolute, take it off the screen, and you can do that. Or another little trick that I do, I'm not sure if I have it here. I'm pretty sure I do, but yeah. You can also do this. Make it height 0, width 0, overflow hidden, visibility none. All right, you can do that as well. And what that does is that you make a little hole that nobody can see, and then you hide the text so it doesn't come out. Okay. A really cool thing that you can do is extend something. So, right, you can do that. Very cool, right? So what extend is that you can see now. I'll go back to this thing, so I'll show you how that looks. All right. So you see here, hidden text. All right, that comes from here, but then you extend it. So this moment here, which is the nesting of 3 selectors, that moment there is added to hidden text, and will keep adding as a comma and then give it new things, right? So you've seen, and you know how people write CSS like that, right? So extend is doing this part, okay? And it's really cool. Now, it doesn't work inside media queries, but otherwise it's very cool. Now, if the original hidden text had media queries, then the extendeds will also have it. This is all stuff that you get from the SASS course, so have a look, consider it. But yeah, that's how I would have done it, and that is how it is. That is why it is more time efficient for me. Okay, cool. That's cool. So now let's look at this button. All right, so this button itself here has some padding around it. I am pretty sure that in breakdance you only have large, small, right? I think that's what we got. Let's look at global settings, buttons, primary button. Okay, does it have anything in particular? size. That's it. That's all we got. We don't have paddings for that for inside the button. So, like I said, there's no way of doing this. Okay? We need to write CSS for this. So, let's do that. All right? Now, in here, we have, I actually have buttons. I like having buttons as one of the things to use because it's good to keep consistent buttons. All right, so let's see, what do we got here? That's button atom primary. Okay, and if we look at the original code from Breakdance, you'll see that Breakdance is added onto that single class. So in terms of CSS specificity, it's element, class, ID, inline, and important. Yeah, right? So element, class. So we have one class. No, we have two classes in this selector. Breakdance, there's a dot in front, which is class. Button atom primary is another class. We have to beat that by writing something that is stronger than that. An easy way is to add a single element. So if we add a single element, all right, so wait, let me write what we have right now. All right, if we do that, then it is exactly the same, because remember I said get that, right? That is a space. Another thing that's really cool that I can't live without. All right. Okay, so all right, that means that ampersand that you see there, that means that it picks up where this bracket left off and it adds to it. Okay, now there are a couple ways that you can use this. I won't go over everything, but here this is the exact same as what you see here. Breakdance, button atom, double hyphen primary. So button hyphen atom hyphen ampersand, connect directly, another hyphen primary. That's what that is. Okay, we're going to add just a little bit more specificity in the form of button. That gives it a little more specificity, and that's it. So now all we need to do is give it padding 0 on left and right. Now let's see what it has let's see what it has by default. There it is. So padding, you can see that it says 8 pixels by 16 pixels. All right, we can use that if we want to. So 8 top and bottom, 16 left and right. We need to take that out. So what we're going to do is we'll just give it padding left and left 0 and padding right 0. Okay, cool. And that means that we don't have padding. Cool. So what I'm doing is I save that, Dropbox picks it up, syncs it to Dropbox, and this website, because Dropbox is enqueued on the front end, it picks it up and it will reload. Now, Dropbox is not cached, so it will almost every time load properly. Okay, so every time you reload it, all right? So that's good. All we need to do is now add a button. I'm sorry, add an underline. All right. Let me just check one thing. Okay, I just checked if buttons took pseudo classes, because I normally use an anchor link for that, but images can't, because it doesn't have an opening and closing tag, and I just wanted to check if button did. So it does. So let's go. Let's add some lines to it. All right. So this will be position relative, and we're going to add an underline in the form of before and after. So let's give it an after. All right. So what this is remember how everything was exactly everything. It looks like this up to this point, right? Get to this point, that point, right, up to this point with primary and the Y left off, and then you put the ampersand, it adds directly to it, and then you put an after. Now whenever you're using pseudo classes, you need content, you need to add that. It's a very common mistake. And position absolute, bottom 0, left 0, and width 100%, height, how thick is it, this line? Let's see, 2. Okay, see that? 2, yeah. Okay, height 2 pixels, and background color, let's use black. I'm pretty sure I have black saved as a color. My variables folder, variable color folder, black. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, I have black. So now, there's that line. Cool, all good, very good. All right, so now I'm happy about that. All right, that's good. Yeah, so this site, this page, the landing page is looking good. So that's about it. I hope you liked the crash course in SAS. I will keep mentioning stuff as we go on. If you already know SAS, that's great. I'm sorry if I have to explain things a little, about things that you know over and over, but I'm assuming that, well, I'm gonna try to get this course to work for, at least make sense to as many people as possible, which includes a lot of beginners. Hopefully you know enough CSS that this is not crazy. If you want to learn more CSS, like I said, I have a SAS course, I have a CSS course, and I also have a free CSS course on YouTube. So there's a lot of places that you can learn from me on how I code CSS and the things that I think are important, okay? All right, so hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video, and we will get into all the templates. All right, see you in the next lesson then. Bye-bye.